If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 488. Still Got Gaming's official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And everyone else bailed on us again this week, but we're back.
Well, Hit's got an honest excuse. He's out doing information gathering for us from San Diego Comic-Con.
Tip's got no excuse. Jan's got no excuse, but...
Tiff's probably unpacking boxes still or something.
Yeah, we still have a lot of boxes to unpack, but I don't think they're being unpacked right now. Because this Yeti microphone's pretty sensitive. We would hear it. So, yes. But at least we're here. We can do a show. It's probably going to be a quick show. Less voices equals less time in the show, but we'll do our best to entertain. All right, so why don't we just hop right into the mailbag for feedback and questions from our last episode, and if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you after a minute, so do that up. Voicemails, it's been months and months and months since we've had one.
Years.
Yeah, maybe years at this point. You can also just jump in the show chat and drop something in there, and we'll try to work in the show as well. First up, Parker Lewis Lost. Nice. Parker Lewis Lost comments. I laughed so hard when you read the listener comments last week. Poor Selden 007. Just because he looks high doesn't mean he is high.
I'm just naturally jolly.
I didn't think we were being mean to you, Selden. Did you?
Yeah. Nah, I don't think it was really mean, but it doesn't mean he is high. I don't think it was anything like. Wait, sorry. You gotta read this comment again. No, that doesn't mean. I just naturally look stoned, apparently.
Yeah, I guess so. Like somehow you go through life this way, and people don't call you on it, so that's good. Look at that
squinty little eyes and
big permagrin, and yes. All right. Next up, Chip Monkey asks, what is your threshold for upgrading from PlayStation Plus to one of the new premium tiers? I was listening to my other weekly gaming podcast, and one of their hosts upgraded.
I haven't had a PlayStation Plus membership in probably like 8 years, or I think I had it like the first year they offered it, and then I didn't buy another PlayStation since then. So,
all right. Well, I've maintained my PlayStation Plus membership regardless of usage. Like I never let it lapse. But I am forced to admit that this past weekend, my PlayStation Plus, which eventually became PlayStation Plus Core or whatever bullshit it was, we actually upgraded it to the top tier so that people in the house could play Stray. So, yes. So that thing is... That's
a game you won't catch me play.
Yeah. So we are maxed out on our PlayStation Plus. First I upgraded to the extra because it was like, it'll only be $10 to go to that with your current billing cycle. And I was like, okay. And then we still didn't have Stray. And it was like, it'll only be $6 more to go to the top tier. And I was like, what the fuck? We're in for a dollar, in for 10. So, yeah.
Oh, so they sucked you in with the better tiered games on the other tiers.
Yeah. So, it's cost of doing business, cost of doing this show. So
apparently, all it took was pussy to get you to move up to the top tier.
Seldom taking the low hanging fruit jokes, but yes. But yes. So yes, well, because I figure if you bought Stray, it would definitely have been more than $16, right?
Maybe we should explain what Stray is.
Oh, Stray is a game where you control a stray cat. Yes. So that hence Selden's pussy joke. He wasn't just raunchy and high. He was being witty in a sense.
Yeah.
Yes. All All right, moving right along. Freebird6969 asks, Selden, why do you think that guy put 6969 at the end of his username?
Maybe he was born on June 9th of 69.
Oh,
So
perhaps. See?
there we go.
Yes, there you go. So Selden has everything figured out today. So Freebird6969 asks, with the explosion of streaming services, I feel we also have an explosion of video content at our fingertips. How do you all, which now is just me and Selden, manage to balance the streaming content, gaming, and just life in general? There aren't enough hours in the day.
Just don't sleep. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, no, there's so much out there, and it's just, sometimes I think I have things just running in the back that while I'm working or something like that, and I'm just, almost like an audiobook listening to a show or something like that instead of, watching it. I'm just listening to it. So it's tough, but the benefit of right now is that there's no gaming content out there. So gaming isn't taking up a huge amount of time. So
that's true. Yeah, I can't listen to a show. I would feel like I cheated on the show. So I have to like sit down and make time for a show. So I don't feel like there's enough time in the day or whatever you said. Freebird 6969. And I think maybe you only watched the live show last week and didn't go into the after show, but I feel like we briefly mentioned something regarding this in the after show where I was confused as to how Hit can watch everything he watches, including shows from other countries, and fit in a shitload of gaming each week. So,
well, he doesn't, and nothing against him, but he doesn't have like kids that he has to.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I mean, he's got his dog he's got to walk, but
the
kids definitely add a factor
making
to it.
Dinner for a bunch of people, and yes, yeah, I guess, yeah. This question would have been better suited for a week Hit was here, but I'll tell you, I don't have enough time. So,
yeah, there's a lot of shows that I'm falling behind on, and stuff like that. It's just, I still haven't finished the Umbrella Academy season yet, and that's been out for a while.
We only got one episode into that, so yeah, we watched it last night. It's like we get one in, so yeah. Eventually, you have to pick and choose, like to the point where it's like, well, we can get one. Let's just get one, get something to do. Like there's not time to binge every night. So I guess is the point. But yeah, it's nice that video games suck right now and that Phalo is not super fun yet. So once the multiplayer campaign goes full live and not just
fake live,
not just fake live or not just the preview program, we'll probably end up playing through that top to bottom. So that'll actually take some time. I was talking with Tiff and Mr. GVMS. Maybe tomorrow night we were thinking about buying the Hot Wheels DLC for Forza.
It's
Try
good.
That out. Oh, so you bought it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, I see it on your. Yeah, we'll get to that. So we were thinking of picking that up. So yeah, but there's not enough time to play games and watch shows. You have to pick and choose. Not to mention, I work like all day, and then I'm on work things, doing things at night, like sometimes up till midnight. So a lot of balance. It happens. All right, and last but certainly not least, Altius asks, now that it's had time to soak in, what are your thoughts on 2022 and beyond Samsung TVs being able to do Xbox game streaming without a need for a console? Cannot requiring console sales hurt Xbox as a whole?
I mean, we kind of talked about this over the last probably 6 months to a year, but I don't think it's going to hurt Xbox at all. I mean, usually the consoles are a loss for them anyways. So, and their subscription service, because you have to have the Xbox Live, membership to be able to stream the games and get the access to that catalog. You have to have the top tier of it.
Yep.
And I don't think that it's going to hurt them at all with that. In fact, I think that's exactly what their plan was. And they said this is no longer a console war because the console was going to be worked out. I mean, so I don't think it's going to hurt them. I think it's going to help Xbox as a platform going forward to, have it more available in everybody's hands at any time. So
yeah, I think the word hurt is not the right choice. Hurt implies like this is still like a console war sales wise. Now it's more of of your games as a service. Like Sony finally bought into this thing. They obviously realized Microsoft was doing something right. Now they have their three tiers of PlayStation Plus. That's where your recurring revenue is. It's not in a one-time loss leader to get a device into people's homes that can play the games. It's just lock them into that subscription service. So I think there has to be some serious revamping of how we compare the winners and the losers of the console industry, because you can't just compare it on sales anymore. But yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt them either. And hurt is in quotes. So. All right. Well, if any of awesome questions and feedback, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. With that, why don't we jump on over what we're playing? Seldom, what have you been playing this week?
This past week, I've been playing just a few games. Mainly a lot of Fortnite no build. Still, working through the season pass on that. Hit level 70, so I'm only about 20 levels away from getting the Darth Vader costume. So
no,
I can't believe I'm playing Fortnite like I am.
Neither can I.
It's a few years ago, it was just like Fortnite. Who the hell plays Fortnite? But the no build mode has really sucked me in. And a lot of people that have been away from Fortnite or just never really considered playing Fortnite, once they start playing the no build mode, I think you're finding a lot of people really enjoy that game again. So because it's not just a battle royale, it's all these side missions and quests and stuff that you have to do while you're playing the battle royale. They really figured that out, and throwing the no build mode in definitely helped bring those people that had no desire to do the building part into it. So playing that pretty much daily. Other than that, I picked up, as we talked about earlier, the Forza Horizon Hot Wheels expansion. That is fucking awesome. They did, once again, a great job of bringing in that feel of Hot Wheel cars and bringing it into the Horizon environment. So, I don't want to spoil too much for you, but the story mission along the way is top tier. The maps are phenomenal. The graphics and the realism factor that you feel from it. And you feel like those orange tracks could really exist and that you're driving on them and stuff like that. They added a new couple elements to it, different type of tracks that you race on. Still gives that great feel. The speed boost, you can definitely feel the feel of the race cars and the speed and everything like that. Nice. They really did a top-notch job on this. So yeah, if you didn't pick it up yet, pick it up. I mean, if you're an Xbox Live Gold member, you got Horizon for free with your monthly subscription. This is what, like $17.99 if you're a gold member, $19.99 if you're not. It's definitely worth the money, and I highly recommend going out and getting that. Other than that, I did. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, like I said, we're picking up tomorrow, so yeah.
And then other than that, I did drop into Duskfall, the game we talked about last week. It's more along the lines of the Telltale games, the Walking Dead series and those type of games. It feels more like that than it does the other one that Microsoft did, the not in Living Colors. What the hell was the one with the girl? The story. Anyways, it's a story-driven game. Yeah. And it's interesting. It's your choices make affect how the story turns out and stuff like that. I played through quite a bit of it. I got to go back up and finish the line of that I was doing. I think I'm a few chapters in, so it's definitely an interesting game. It's just unfortunately, Horizon hit Forza Horizon hit the marketplace, and I picked that up, and that pretty much took a lot
You
of
took it
time away
over.
from anything else. So,
Yeah, I hear you.
so.
I hear you.
All right, Derek, what have you been playing?
Well, besides the unboxing game, all I've had a chance to play was Stray this weekend. So we were dicking around the house, like I said, and everybody had heard of Stray, and we all obviously we like cats in this house, so the kids were like, "Yeah, let's pull it down." And we played some of that, and it's not just a cat game; it's an interesting puzzle platformer. Where you drive a cat. Um, and the cat that you drive is pretty realistic and does all kinds of cool shit, and the game looks beautiful and tugs at your heartstrings at certain times. So we're not through it yet, but it's definitely seems like a fun little game. So we put in like an hour the other day, and probably put in some more later this week. But yeah, if you got a PlayStation and the right tier, it's free. So but I did see like there's a lot of people that are buying this on Steam because now there's some mods out there, so you can try to mod your own cat into the game to be the main character of the game. So yeah.
Make it into a cheetah.
Yeah, you can, yeah, if your cat's a cheetah and you have pictures, enough pictures to skin it, you can do that. Yes. So
Yes, it's kind of funny you said the unboxing game. There actually is an unboxing game that I played. Not this week, a few weeks ago, but
no, no.
it's,
Yeah, no, we're doing the real life unboxing game. So yes, yeah. Yes, not something from Selden's. What did hit call it? Oh, Selden's shit list.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. Not nothing off of Selden's shit list, but uh, that's like
So
the.
does the cat have like its own little attitude? Like if you don't touch the mouse, does it start knocking shit off of tables just
Oh no,
for the
you
fun
can
of it?
go and knock shit off of tables and stuff, and sometimes you have to as part of the puzzles. And you have your own little meow you can do, and that's what gets all the real cats excited. So yeah, yeah, it's a pretty fun game. You can go scratch the wallpaper if you want. It's like alternate R2, L2, R2, L2, and you can fuck shit up, and yeah, yeah, it's fun. So
Sounds like a Seldon game.
it kind of does, except it's the graphic fidelity is way like 20 years into the future from what the usual Seldon games are. Where you're like, this one is 8-bit, guys. So yes,
Nice.
but other than that, that's all I've been playing this week. All right. Well, normally we drop in the new releases, but there isn't shit out this week. Hence, time for TV. So why don't we just drop right into gaming news? First story. Discord voice chat finally coming to Xbox consoles, but it's complicated. Um, so this is something that people have been waiting for a long time. Hit's been bitching about this forever. So right now this is for Xbox insiders, but the way it works is kind of convoluted. You basically do everything in Discord. You have to reconnect Discord to your Xbox account. If you already did it, you have to disconnect and reconnect it. It's not just for what game am I playing. It's for the whole kid and caboodle. And then when you want to join one of these Discord voice parties from the Xbox, you actually have to use your phone and the Xbox app and make the connection there. And then once it's done, you're connected on your console. Um, so that part's a little convoluted, and you have to do that every time you want to join a new Discord voice chat. But
That's kind of a pain in the ass.
it's better than nothing.
That's true.
So it is something people have clamored for a long time. I'm sure eventually they'll get the UX to be something a little less intrusive. But for the time being, yeah, enjoy your Discord.
Nice. Yeah, it's definitely good to have Discord chat in there. I've used Discord chat when playing with my son when he's on the PC. I'm on the Xbox playing like Sea of Thieves or something like that, just because it's easier than trying to get him to hook up right. So it definitely works and it's nice. I haven't worked it through the Xbox yet. That's something I probably should do as I'm part of the
The insiders.
top flight.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it hasn't been something I've been priority to push myself to do. So I'm waiting for the bugs to get worked out on it before, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, I guarantee you, using 3 devices to get into the Discord chat, there's going to be some shit that's wrong with it. So yeah, yeah.
Almost sounds like Nintendo's way of dealing with
Oh yes, when you used to
party
have to use
chat.
your phone with the Switch. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing weird about that. No. All right, next story.
Talking about making things better, Xbox Series X and S is cutting its boot up time by 5 seconds. Looks like Josh Muncy came out and confirmed that he's been working with a couple people to create a shorter boot up animation, approximately 4 seconds from the original boot up animation as 9 seconds, helping reduce the overall startup time of your games. It's probably a lot more than just the animation that the
Yeah,
Xbox
that
Splash
that that
logo.
that wasn't the gating factor. It just happened to be
Yeah,
that they picked one that was as long as it took, and then all of a
yeah.
sudden they were able to make it faster, and so they had to get a smaller boot up sequence.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so yeah, it's not the boot up screen. They've worked the technology behind the scenes, and this is something that they've been striving for ever since the beginning of having the Xbox X and S out there with the competitions to see how fast you can get your games to load up.
Mm.
I mean, you look back at the when we were playing games in the 80s and 90s
Oh my
where
god.
it took you 30 minutes to load up a
Yeah.
text adventure.
Yeah.
Now, you have these super high end games coming out that you can boot up in 5 seconds.
Yeah, and
So,
this is a cold boot time too. This isn't like coming off a standby. This is like the legit
right.
full boot, 5 seconds and you're ready to play. That's impressive. And as Selden said, this basically cut the startup time in half. Um, so yeah, it's an impressive feat.
So good job, Xbox guys.
Yeah, yeah. So the quicker you can go from not gaming to gaming is always a plus because sometimes you're like, well, if this game takes X amount of time to boot up, I know it can be a Netflix in 5 seconds and I don't have to do that. So, uh,
Yeah, it's taken away from my phone games, man. I
yeah,
can't even get into a game of a three match or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. So yeah, it definitely helps to make sure that Xbox is your primary fun tool of choice. So. All right, next story. Well, I guess this is kind of goes back to something we talked about earlier. Gearbox Software is killing its forums and jumping ship for Discord. So, after years and years of forums as they were once known, like Tool to Play was once a massively forum driven site, and Gearbox still is, regardless of how toxic or fanboyish their forums get. They decide to kill that off and go to Discord with all the text channels and everything else. And it's kind of like the nuclear option when we went to like Tool to Play V3 and we lost all the old forum posts. This is their equivalent of that, and they put all their eggs in the basket that Discord's not going anywhere. But it's a bold move.
I think it's just the evolution. I mean, forums really. I mean, there's hardly anybody that works off of forums anymore, and it's a dead culture, unfortunately. Forums were a great thing at the time. Tool to Play was one of the best community forums out there. But unfortunately, I mean, other things came in, social media, and then Discord is just. I mean, Discord is really a great platform for replacement of a forum type of environment because not only do you have the ability to keep the live chats, but you have different channels, you have sub channels, you have permissions that you can set per channel. So
It's like a
it really
structured
streamlined a
social
lot of it.
media. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and then you have the voice chat and video chat that can be integrated in. You can do dual streams and live streams and stuff like that through it. So it's definitely, I think it's a good move. And it's good to see them moving towards this and getting off of the archaic forum type of setup for a game platform. So
I know it's you wonder when the last shoe is gonna drop. Like every once in a while, I go back to my because I'm an audio video guy. I go to AVS forums and they're still there, and I'm like, oh, AVS forums, thank you. But eventually, even they're gonna fall. So
well, I was a good old bulletin board guy back in the early days
the
of computing with
BBS dial
the
up, yeah,
BBS stuff.
yeah. I
So
used to dial in the
I'm like,
BBSs too.
Yeah,
Yep.
if you could go back to one of those, it'd be pretty phenomenal.
Yep.
But I mean, like with Discord and like even Reddit, Reddit's a valuable community for almost a replacement of forum type of style,
Yeah.
because you can have different subreddit and then you can
Different
the
threading and yeah.
different threads within it and stuff like that, and the ability to moderate it seems a little bit easier than jumping all over the place. So
No. No. Times are changing. This is probably what the radio people said when TV came out. They were like, but radio, guys, radio is it's the shit. And you're like, no, but this has
said the
pictures.
newspaper
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, I'd say yeah. It said the Telegraph guys. Yes, yeah, yeah. You can trace this all the way back.
Said the guy that used to stand on the soapbox in the corner and yell out the news.
Yep, yep. Yeah, get your news out. Yeah, yeah. Mayor Quimby fuck shit up. Yep, yep. Something.
Going back to the medieval bard that he'd have to walk around the countryside to tell the story.
Yep. Yep. Times have changed, Selden. Times have changed.
Yes, they have.
All right, next story.
Ubisoft cancels 4 games, including Splinter Cell VR and Ghost Recon Frontline. It's just the nature of where we're at these days that they're cutting ties on a lot of games that are taking too long to develop or just aren't coming together. But it looks like Ubisoft has officially come out and said they canceled Splinter Cell VR and Ghost Recon Frontline, as well as 2 other unannounced titles that they haven't talked about. It looks like this came out of like the latest earnings call.
Wasn't Ghost Recon Frontline though their VR?
They did a Splinter. I thought they already did a Splinter Cell type VR that you're in a kayak.
Not VR. Sorry, BR. B is in
battle. BR.
Yeah, I thought that Ghost Recon Frontline was their battle royale. So if they here, you keep talking and I'll try to do this in real time.
As those cancellations were announced shortly after the Ubisoft told investors it would be delaying Avatar Frontline of Frontier of Pandora and another smaller unannounced premium titles due to production constraints. As a result of those projects, they've been pushed to the next fiscal year and won't be hitting shelves in 2022 at all. So, this is probably just a lot of, financial issues. They're either shelving it or canceling them outright due to the fact that, we're still on a very reduced production line and production schedule for a lot of things that are going on due to COVID and all the other, back out of the office and telework and stuff like that. So not a surprise that they're canceling games that they just don't think are going to do what they need to do in the time frame that they need to have it done. But hopefully this frees them up so that they can actually focus on some other titles that really need some love and get them out in time. So, I mean, I'm a big fan of the Splinter Cell series.
I was looking forward to VR, but
yeah, and Ghost Recon is always a good series as well. I mean, they're not your Call of Duty type of games, but they're definitely fun. So
I just skimmed this, and Frontline was their Ghost Recon Battle Royale. So now, since they scrapped that, there's talk that maybe they're going to rework the shelved Division Battle Royale that they put on the shelf a couple years back. So
I would definitely find that more interesting than a Splinter Cell BR or Ghost Recon BR, I think, because that just is a little bit more fast paced and more action in it. So I would like to see that happen. That would be pretty good.
All right, next story. Refund Me If You Can challenges you to beat and return it in under 2 hours. Now, this is a fucking baller story. This would have been a what the fuck story in the old days. So, this company created this survival horror kind of game. They called it Refund Me If You Can. And they basically play with the Steam 2-hour refund policy. And it's like you download the game, and the whole goal is to complete the game in 2 hours and return it and get your money back. They put it out there on Front Street. They literally tell you what they want you to do. I don't know what the percentages of people that can actually return this or not are, but I guess it's a pretty tough game. But at the same time, I read a story where at least one game reviewer, who are not necessarily the best game players, uh, finished it and returned in the 2 hours. So it's so meta. the,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's kind of a cool concept.
It's deceiving with a title like that because it is a horror jump scare type of game, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
so it's not like those type of games are usually crawlers that you
You
don't want to
take it
go around the
slow.
corner.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like I think you're losing probably a lot of the game if you're rushing through to get it done within 2 hours and get it returned. So I think it is a good move by them to challenge people. Hopefully they they make enough sales to keep it going. So
Yeah,
good
I'm
for
just
them.
curious to see the percentage of sales versus returns and see if it played out for them. Because really, that's I assume what they're banking on is that people are gonna be like, oh, I can finish it under 2 hours, and then they can't, and they bought it. So yeah, I don't
I mean, they
know.
could return it for other reasons within that 2 hours besides completing it. So
I guess yeah,
as
like oh,
this game
I'm
sucks.
never
So
gonna finish this, or yes, yeah, but I think part of the glory of it is someone live streaming this game, them finishing in less than 2 hours and returning it. Like this is this is literally a live streamer's fucking thing. Like I don't know, no cool concept.
yeah, I'm
All
not
right,
gonna get
all right.
it. So
Neither I'm probably not either, but second to last story.
all right, let's go with Funko Pops are teaming with the creative director of the original Lego Star Wars to make AAA games. All right, the ever evolving pop culture phenom of Funko Pops. I still don't own one, but apparently I am the only person left in the world that doesn't own one
Yeah.
because most people own like 70 of these fucking little things. So, but anyways, getting together with the original and possibly I would say, the best of the Lego games is the original Star
Oh,
Wars
the
game.
OG. Yeah. Yeah.
Is just it's a phenomenal combination. And Funko Pops is the perfect platform if they're going to make anything like a Lego type of game,
Yep.
because those characters lend right towards exactly what they need to do. You have so many different characters that you can choose from to put into these games, and really put out a AAA title with Funko Pops is the main thing. I think that's a good move for them. I think that's a revenue stream and that they can possibly build on pretty good. And I think it's going to do well. I know that I saw some of the Funko Pops coming out of Comic Con.
Yeah.
Um, I think your brother actually picked up a couple he was posting from the Stranger Things guys.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Um, so, but it'll be interesting to see because I mean I've always been a fan of the Lego games. So, and this director, he's got it. So hopefully he can get something good going, and we'll see something hopefully within the next 4 or 5 years. So.
Yeah. I wouldn't have put this on paper as something that would happen. But I guess if you take like an excellent AAA developer like the original Traveler's Tales guys, and you put them with Funko, which has this kind of unique licensing thing where they've licensed so much stuff that as long as it's in Funko form, they still own the license, which means that they can do things with Star Wars, they can do things with Lord of the Rings, they can do things with Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, they can do things with actual Kevin Smith in his purple fucking coat. They can do things with like their
Gears of
licensing.
War.
Yeah, their licensing transcends. So this is actually pretty genius as long as they can put something together and get it out there. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they do.
Yeah, and they're looking for a release date in 2023. Well,
Mm.
I don't know if this guy already had something in the works that he's been making, and now they just have to reskin everything to a Funko Pop, or
Or he was
if
doing
he
it
had
on spec.
something similar
Yeah,
to a Funko Pop and
yeah,
worked with a deal with them or something like that. But if they can get this, I was expecting 4 or 5 years, but if they can get this out by the end of year next year, I'm like,
yeah,
that'd be phenomenal. So,
yeah. No, this is something to keep our eye on. But yeah, sounds fun. All right, and last but certainly least, uh, real cats seem to like Stray as much as we do, and this is as Selden was asking earlier, like, how realistic is this stray game? There are hashtags where people are posting videos of their own cats watching the stray cat on their TV, um, being realistic. So if I didn't say enough good stuff about Stray earlier, real cats think the stray cat is awesome. So uh, yeah, pick it up, have fun, have a good time.
And this episode has been perfect.
Wow, the dad jokes never end. All right. Well, if you have
Uh,
questions, feedback, stories you want us to talk about next week, give us a call 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You can also comment this episode's thread, the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors, if we had them, we'd pimp them, but we don't, so we won't. But if you want to sponsor the show, same number, 773-527-2961. No bid is too small. So you want to like talk about some local fucking craft fair? We'll do it for scale. We'll scale your cost, and you'll have a giant audience, most of which won't even care about your little small thing, but the ones that are in your region will. So yeah, definitely set up a deal with us, and we'll definitely help pimp your stuff because nothing's more important to us than our audience and helping them. So Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related, twitter.com/Tool to Play. Everything podcast related, twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us, facebook.com/Tool to Play. We also have our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tool to Play. That's where all of our archive video content goes, as well as the show live each week. But it's like an endless on-demand service, whether it's Hits Quick Hits, Selden's Cam Show, uh, you name it. Um, they're all on there. Tiff's Immature Interviews, Thick and Thin with LB and Duty. Definitely go there and take advantage of our archive because you will not be disappointed. Um, Please rate and read the podcast on iTunes. We need some 5-star reviews, and if you have a couple extra seconds, write something nice about us because our reviews, a star review is one thing, but like actual text is another. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. That's one of the many places we broadcast the show live. So go there, follow us, and help us out. Especially since we're not using our old Tool to Play Twitch channel that was partnered. So we're trying to rebuild this one up from the ground up. So any follows on there are very much appreciated. We have a Discord, discord.me/stillgotgame. That's discord.me/stillgotgame. This is the Discord where you can go and chat with me and with Selden and with Hit and with Tiff and with Yant. So definitely go there, join our Discord, and be part of the community. It costs you nothing, and you're going to have a good time with it. So, Selden, you got anything to pimp out this week?
No. Prevent forest fires. Don't live in California.
Wow. That's all you got?
No, yeah. The only thing I can, if you want to follow me or hook up with me, just follow my any of my socials or hit me up. You can find my information on Linktree at linktree.com or linktr.ee/Selden007, and you can find all my links, all my socials, and contacts there. Other than that, you can always find me on the Still Got Game Discord channel. So reach me there. What about you, Derek? What do you got?
I too have a link tree. That's at linktree/Derek Nolan. That's at linktr.ee/Derek Nolan. That's where
So much
all that's where all of my shit is, as well as all the show shit. So you can just go there, hop on there, just click follow, and you've got me, you got all the shows, and you're not gonna miss anything. So yeah, definitely do that up. And if I was going to pimp a charity this week, let me throw it a couple ways. Let's do Habitat for Humanity. Let's do the American Cancer Society. Let's do Juvenile Diabetes Foundation. And as always, find a struggling business in your neighborhood and go there and help them out because Some of these small businesses, like having just moved, we moved into a new town where there's all these restaurants and stuff that had closed down during the pandemic. So, had there been support during that time, maybe they would have survived this. So, if there's a struggling restaurant or business in your town, just throw them some business. Like, you don't always need to go to Amazon, you don't always need to go to a big box store. Uh, Throw something their way. So. All right. Well, I want to remind you all, you can join us each and every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool-to-play, facebook.com/tool-to-play, and twitch.tv/still_got_game. And on that, why don't we wrap this second in a row Two Dudes episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I forgot to tell you there's no show next week.